Feel the difference with CBD Direct Oils.
CBD oils may have the health benefits for your aches and pains.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is your your weekly PDR Tool Time podcast. We are here with Daniel Grom, John Rins from Vince Alessandro, and Hudson Tanzi. We're here live right now. You're listening a week later while in the middle of a hellstorm at John Renstrom's house, and that's about it.
Yeah. Well,
Did you want to announce that? Maybe you wanted to keep that secret, Hudson.
Oh, crap. But at my
baseballs
at my
are
house,
falling on his house. I don't know.
My
His house in Chicago.
Now he's got like 100 hail techs rushing to his house, gonna be knocking on his door. Hey, John, remember me? I met you at MTE, and
how's the family? How's the wife and kids?
Yeah, any work?
How's your turkeys?
They went running down the hill. They were moving pretty fast when it was all the marbles coming down. I had 3 of them in the backyard. All 3 toms took off pretty good.
Well, hopefully the one or two will get knocked off, and you could have one for dinner for this weekend.
Yeah. John made my day the other day.
Have you ever plucked your own turkey? I have.
What?
Not a turkey.
Really?
Yeah.
So
when I first moved to Santa Rosa, we bought 4 acres, built a house, wanted to become farmers, and we had every animal. And our first Thanksgiving, my dad killed the turkey. I had to boil it and then pluck it. And I got to tell you, it will ruin you for years, because it ruined me. And because you can't pluck, you have to boil the thing to soften the feathers, and you got to pluck the thing. And there's you can't pluck it all. And when you cook it, there's like little feathers sticking out, and it's gross. Ugh. And I had a hard time eating turkey for like a couple years after that experience. It ruined me. And I'm like, Dad, can we go next year to buy our turkey at the store? It was horrible.
Butterball. Yeah, they must have a process of doing it. You know, like steam them off or something.
Mechanical.
Interesting, well-known fact that my relative actually invented the processing in Turlock, California.
For what?
Enoch, my great grandfather, I think, he invented processing turkeys. Okay. He had a turkey farm, and he ended up inventing that whole thing.
Then why didn't you use his process rather than trying to do it yourselves, you dummy?
You're making so much sense right now. If you were just around to just advise me when I was 13 years old.
Right.
So one of those things where the dad was like, there's an easier way, but this is a good lesson for my son.
We were raising everything, and I remember my dad. We're raising rabbits. Okay, go out and kill a rabbit. What? I'm not killing a rabbit. I don't want to kill a rabbit. They're cute. And I remember my dad making me kill a rabbit. It was very traumatic. I still have nightmares.
Oh, the Silence of the Lambs.
I heard a way like they used to kill chickens, where the person would just grab the chicken by its head and then just spin it around their head.
That's how my grandma did it.
No, we didn't do that. We chopped them off and let them run around for a few minutes.
Oh, that's much more humane.
Blood spurting all over the place.
My grandma, she would just go and grab 2 at a time, one in one hand, one in the other, and as she was walking back to the house, just spin it once, and they were done.
Yep.
It wasn't like, woohoo, hey, rodeo, swinging a lasso all the way up to the house.
We do things a little different in Texas, I guess.
You have to make it a hard, fast motion, because otherwise all you're doing is just being mean and cruel.
Yeah. So, John, I'm curious, what's the chemical way of stripping a turkey or chicken feathers? Or Mechanical, sorry. They throw them through
It's like a rubber wheel, and it just pretty much grips and rips.
Oh, yuck. Okay.
Oh, kind of like the rubber wheel you put on a drill to take off like sticky stuff?
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah.
Or like launching a baseball.
There's a little town north of us in and there was a chicken processing thing right on the side of the road, and every time you drove by, it was this horrid smell.
Oh yeah, we have them here too.
Oh God, it was gross.
I don't even know how we turned from a hailstorm into processing poultry.
We went down a rabbit hole and hole.
Oh no! So back to the hailstorm. Is it over, John? Is it still dropping marbles?
Yeah, it's over. Sun is out. I have a rainbow to my right, blue skies in front of me, and
double rainbow.
Oh, blue skies behind me as well.
And what's on the ground? Marbles?
It's mostly melting, but a few of the large, the golf ball stuff is melting. But yeah, now I'm outside of Rapid City, South Dakota, so I don't know if Rapid got hit.
Yep.
Spearfish, the town that I'm working in, got baseballs. It sounds like glass is broke out of most cars.
Now clearly John is saying this because he needs you to come and help him. If you're good at doing baseballs, come on up.
John's phone number is 555-894-2642.
So it's going to be interesting. And Paul and the Dent Shop guys, they just opened a brand new shop here in Rapid City. So
the
maybe they'll get busy.
The Cordons are over there, huh?
Paul, Tim, Todd Zimmerman, Keith Hubert, they all opened a new shop here.
They told me to keep that secret. Sorry.
Oh no,
there's going to be a whole bunch of bleeping going on in this episode.
Wait,
damn
it!
So
who's? Is it like a temporary shop or a permanent shop?
Their plan is to make it a permanent. It might have just got made permanent.
I wonder. So who's going to move to? Who's going to move there?
Well, they would all like to, but they don't have a single wife that's on board to spend winter in South Dakota.
Don't blame them. Don't blame them.
No.
Todd Zimmerman actually owns rental properties in Spearfish.
Well, and if you look, Todd's got an older son. He's, I think, on his way to college. You'd think he just graduated high school. And the Cordons, he homeschools. I don't know about Tim, but I know Paul does. So really, they could.
The Cordons. And this is why you were like throwing me off here. I'm like, the Cordons. Who the?
It's French. Cordon.
The Cordons.
Cordon.
You're horrible.
So we'll see what all the hail reports read and anything. I know Spearfish is bad because that was 15 minutes of baseball size hail.
Oh,
so it's gonna those cars are gonna be messed up. We were already booked till September with light hail. That might got ruined.
Mother Nature must be mad at you guys up there because you guys are social distancing too much or not. You know what it is? You guys don't have enough protests going on in South Dakota. The rest of the country is under protests.
You know why it hailed up here?
Why?
Because God loves me.
Oh.
That's why.
Oh, right. Okay.
Well, also, I saw that video you making wearing your headdress and doing your hail dance out there naked on your property.
He was doing the hail.
Probably had something to do with it.
Right.
I think my favorite video John's ever sent me was the one he sent yesterday of him going on his back porch and just going gobble gobble gobble, and then all the turkeys going and like he did it a couple times, and it was the greatest thing ever. I'm like, I wish I could go on my back porch and just
the turkeys will answer you.
Yeah,
that's funny.
All right. Well, anyways, we do have a show today. We didn't even talk about, or we didn't even mention what we are going to talk about.
Poor people here listening.
We're going to make a couple phone calls. We're going to call and get the status report on these power PDR boxes that have been MIA in the world somewhere. They're now en route, from what I understand. I talked to Duane Emerson. He wants to talk to all you guys personally that have been waiting on these since MTE. There's been such a disaster going on in the world. There's a pandemic, for crying out loud. And they've been stuck. So he's going to tell us what's going on with that. We're going to call him in a couple minutes, and then we're going to call a new kid on the block to hail damage, right? Or not hail damage, but to traveling.
He's not a new tech. It is his first ever chasing of a hailstorm.
Oh, that's it.
And going to a completely different state.
Right.
Staying in a hotel away from his family, fixing hail damage 12 to 16 hours a day.
Yeah. So we'll give him a call. I think I know his name. I think we all know his name. So we'll give him a call in a little bit. But first, let's do you guys want to call Duane real quick and check in?
Yes.
Yeah, let's check in.
Okay. Shoot. You know what? I know he's out to dinner, at a very important dinner, and I told him I was going to give him a heads up, but let's see what happens anyways. I forgot to give him a heads up.
Good one.
While I'm getting ready, queued up here, go ahead and talk.
So last weekend, I flew down to Vince, got to see Vince and hang out with his family.
So jealous.
And then we went over to the Casa Toledo and hung out with the Toledos. And then we did a little filming down at the Toledo shop. And have you guys seen the video he posted
of you putting a dent in something?
Me falling into a car.
Yeah,
I missed that video. I did not get to see that one.
Oh, I saw it.
So I rented this car and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna pretend I fall and just kind of throw my hip into it, right? And I buckled this thing. I was like, oh, that's a little more damage than I think I wanted to put in there. And it did the little styration cracks on the top of the fender because it was silver.
Gosh.
And I was like, ooh, okay.
This is the second time myself and Mike have cracked paint on cars. And we haven't learned our lesson. It's like freaking heat up the panel first.
It was hot out. It wasn't, I was thinking it would be fine. It's a new, it was brand new. It had 1,700 miles on the car. So I'm like, it's fresh paint. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. But it was a Dodge, so I should have taken that.
The problem was getting the fluffiest guy there to fall into the car.
Yeah. Well, I had my COVID tummy going on. I will let you know and warn all of you at MTE. I bought a Peloton bike and I will be fit and trim by MTE. You will be going, oh my God.
You know what? Let's talk about that real quick before I hit send on Duane. MTE has officially announced that it is happening. Vegas. MTE Vegas. I don't think Daniel's going to be ready with this Cup by Vegas.
I don't know if I'll be ready for that one.
It's only 2.5
I'll be ready
away.
for Florida. I'll be ready for Florida.
Okay.
I'm shooting for Florida.
Okay. We want to hear from you guys about Vegas, MTE Vegas. I mean, it's been total, crickets out there. Let us know what you guys are doing. I know of a few people that are going or that said they were going a month or two ago, and the world has changed a little bit. And let us know, guys. We're trying to get a feel of what's going on with Vegas. I think they would appreciate it. You guys want to go?
Number one.
Yeah.
Vegas honestly was a lot more fun than Florida.
Agreed.
The venue was fantastic. It was just it couldn't be any better in my opinion. And
more people could make it better.
Huh?
More people could make it better.
Sure, absolutely, yeah. But I mean, the venue was fantastic. Having bowling and a full theater there, right in the hotel, and 7 restaurants,
5 restaurants, yeah,
and gambling. I mean,
what was the steak and eggs after 2 a.m. or something? Like you got steak and eggs for $7 or something like that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I mean, everything couldn't have been better as far as the venue and everything like that. And we're hoping that it got off to a great start, and it was a great building year. And this year would have been great if we didn't have the freaking COVID. So it's kind of throwing a wrench in things. So we want to know what you guys think. Do you want to go?
Well, you know whose fault it is.
Donald Trump don't trust China. China is asshole.
That's right.
Still.
Yeah.
So
okay. So my phone's going crazy here.
I'm sure it is.
It just dawned on me, which got me giggling. We got a car totaled out on us today. It would have been a good fixer. They were going to put a hood and a roof on it. They totaled it. Then they called us back. No, it's not totaled. Then they called us back. It's totaled. And we're like, you know what? We're going to leave that piece of crap sitting outside because we don't give a shit about it. It just got retotaled. It is 100% a total loss now.
Definitely.
All of our approved cars were stuffed in the building. We're like, you know what? Leave the turd out there. We're tired of talking about it. If something happens, it'll happen to it. I just now dawned on me. That thing just got destroyed.
Well, you'll still get your storage fees, right?
We're still getting storage fees. Yes. That is called win-win right there.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Well, oddly enough, I got a call today from a kid that bought a 906 BT, right? And he didn't know how to set it up right away, and he had some minor questions. So I was talking
to him. It can be intimidating.
And a little bit, but and he was like, you know what? I can't believe I'm getting 135 for pre and post with this thing already. I've already done it and got it, right? And he's like, I just did 80 hail cars this last month at this storm I'm at, and I just lost out on all that money. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm sorry about that, dude.
That's a fat ticket when you think about that.
That's a fat ticket if you think about it. 80 cars at 130, minimum 135, Yep.
Yeah, we're getting 125 out here.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So
anyways,
still.
All right, I'm going to call Duane.
Let's get Duane on the phone. I've got to ask him. The company I'm working with has 3 boxes on order. So I'm right here to be able to
let's grill this bastard. Down. Mr. Duane.
Let's find out.
Mr. Duane
I know
Emerson.
Things have been a nightmare. Everything that's global is just absolutely nuts everywhere.
Yeah. Now, for you guys that don't know who Duane Emerson is, he's a longtime international hail technician that travels all over the world. I believe his company name is Hail King, and he might be enjoying his pre-cocktails or dinner right now and doesn't want to answer. But and if he doesn't, I know the questions that I was going to ask, and I know the answers too.
Please leave your message.
Okay, so no Duane. He might call back later. Okay, so here's the
Give him a heads up, okay?
Huh?
Give him the heads up.
I gave him the heads up.
Yeah.
All right, so spill the beans.
Okay, spill the beans. All right, so they left Germany, Munich yesterday and arrived in Chicago 9 p.m. by plane. The problem that they've had with these Power PDR boxes is with the COVID, only essential items were coming from Europe, okay? And then there was, previous to that, they were hung up in customs or something like that over there. So finally they got the okay to go, and then COVID hit, and they got stuck in the warehouse and could not go. They are now in Chicago. Actually, they're probably out of Chicago and on a truck to Denver, because there's only one flight of freight a day that goes from Chicago to Denver now because of COVID. There's not enough flights throughout the day. So
but just in now from the news is it got stopped by the protesters, and they robbed all the Power PDR boxes
on the south side of Chicago.
And they're all gone, and
they're going back.
You can buy them on the street for half the cost.
We should probably state that was a joke.
Yeah. Check your Facebook local market for discount Power PDR boxes.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you don't answer the phone, Duane. We make fun of you.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a worldwide pain in the butt to get this stuff, and it's just been locked, sitting on pallets, not being allowed to be moved. And like I said, the company I'm working for has got 3 of them on order waiting, and can't get anything. So
yeah. So here's the
hopefully
deal. This is what I know. They're going to fulfill all the orders that from everyone that has one already bought and paid for, and then they're going to have some overstock, and then Anson will get 10, and Dent Tools Warehouse in Colorado will get 10. And that is it, guys, until July. Hopefully July, like middle of July. Yeah. There's another shipment coming. And hopefully, the second wave of COVID doesn't hit, or, the earth doesn't come to the end with the murder hornets or something at that point. So
we're not doing murder hornets anymore. We skipped those. We went straight into our riot decorations. You had to put away your COVID.
Okay.
And
yes.
Yeah.
Got it.
Right. Okay.
Yes. COVID does not apply to the riots. You cannot spread anything.
You know what? I learned why.
Laterally.
Today.
Oh, would love to hear.
Well, when you break the window, it shatters the COVID, and then when you light the fire, it burns out the disease.
Because it doesn't like heat. Okay. It doesn't like heat.
It doesn't like heat.
Yeah.
See? Right
True,
there.
True. Molotov cocktails.
That only works in democratic states.
Donald Trump, don't trust China. China is asshole.
All right. So we're lost. Well, right now, so, this is the best time for these Power PDRs to get freed up, because I'm obviously going to be using the crap out of mine.
Yes.
And I was already using it like crazy. I posted a video of a killer roof smash that I had to use the Power PDR, and I think we're going to be spending the next 6 months using it.
Yeah.
For those of you that haven't done it, just remember, you're not doing a whole panel. Okay. So I know there's some guys out there that stripped the entire backside of a roof and tried to PDR an entire roof using this.
Really?
And then complained that it was slow. Yes, that would be a very slow way of doing it. This is a tool that keeps us from having to kick a panel for a single dent.
Yep.
That's what this tool is for.
Yes.
So
here's a question I'm going to put forth for everyone.
Okay.
Daniel, you recently, this is directed at you, Daniel. Mm-hmm. You recently posted a video on how to remove the E-coat using a certain wheel or whatever, right?
Yep.
Before you do a Power PDR. Is that something that we should be posting publicly?
Removing the E-coat?
They are done in our private,
and like just using a Power PDR box. Like, should Power PDR?
Well, all of our posts are in groups, so it's private.
No, I get it, but there's still people. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, our group, you have to. In our group, you have to answer a bunch of questions to get in, and we try to keep it pretty lock and key. But there's other groups. If someone was to post, like, I don't know. Well, okay, let's. Garrett, it's okay to post in the groups for educational purposes, but do you think anyone should post like an educational video on how to use a Power PDR box in their company or publicly?
Well, my take on it is anytime I'm using the Power PDR box, I'm disclosing to my customer what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. I get their permission ahead of time. I don't do anything like that unless they know what I'm doing.
Well, so, I'm not talking about that. I know you would do that for sure. I think anyone would. But should we be posting on not a private forum, but a public forum?
It's bad for our image or something, or where are you going?
Yeah,
because we're taking the E-coat
showing
off.
Us taking a grinder to an E-coat on a public. If we were to do it in a public setting, it without a full understanding of what is happening.
Yeah, because things can be misconstrued. I get it.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Yeah, no, I don't think we should be posting that stuff. I think it should be all private and keep it private.
But on the flip side, I always put E-coat back on after I grind it off.
Well, technically absolutely. Not E-coat. We're putting a refinish back on because the E-coat is a complete different material. Process, sure. And I'm posting up a link to these tools here, and I need to get some on order apparently now, especially. They're called the Flex Prep Disc. And
we talked about this before.
Yes, they're designed, and what they do is they actually help treat the metal so the electrode makes better contact.
Ooh.
And will make your Power PDR more efficient.
Is that one that looks like seaweed encased in plastic?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
And then they don't grind into the metal. And this is something that is extremely important. We shouldn't say grind or sand, or all we're doing is removing that coating to the metal. You do not want to grind into that metal whatsoever at all, even in the slightest.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought everyone was using these flex preps. I guess some people use wire brushes, but I don't do that. I use these flex preps.
People use sandpaper.
Yeah, I use sandpaper. Too, I just go over to, if I'm in a body shop, I'll just go over and borrow some of their roughest grit and go to town on it.
Now, what I've used is gasket remover. They look very similar to this Flex Prep, but they're designed, they can't grind down to an engine block or heads or anything when they're removing the gasket on an engine.
Right.
And it keeps me also from grinding all the way through the galvanized coating.
Yeah. Now, the things that you're talking about, the advantage of them over sandpaper clogs up and becomes useless very fast, where these little pads don't do that. They don't tend to clog, and they're more efficient. And the tool that I use is Milwaukee makes a little angled die grinder, and this thing is super smooth. And then you can get an extension from the Snap-on truck and get like a 8-inch extension. So if you're working on like a hatchback and you need to get into an area, it lets you get into an area and it works on a higher RPM.
Okay. Duane is texting me. Do we want to talk to him or have we moved on?
Yeah, dial him up. Let's hear.
I mean, we've already talked about it, but it'd be good to hear from him.
Right, from the horse's mouth.
But this little die grinder is, I mean, once you use it and see how smooth it is and how well it works, it's a tool to use. Duane.
Vince, how are you? John,
good, man.
Are you there?
We're here.
Yeah.
All four of us. We'll try not to talk all at once. Except
you are being recorded, so watch your P's and Q's.
For sure.
Shit, hot damn. All right. So, Duane, we kind of gave our listening audience a little bit of an update of what's going on, but it's always good to hear it from the horse's mouth, especially when someone on this podcast is waiting for 3 of your machines right now.
Nice. Well, just to be clear, they have made it to USA. We got this great news today, actually. They were just held up on a shipping dock in between Pennsylvania over to Germany and sitting in another place in Germany. It's kind of moved around, but the maze happened. It's finally arrived in Chicago, and then it's going on a truck straight to Denver. And from there, we're going, actually leaving tomorrow from Atlanta to Denver to get ready for this stuff when it arrives on Monday.
But dude,
hopefully by Monday, Tuesday. So,
Duane, this just in, and Daniel just is reporting this live that the looters got to it on the south side of Chicago, and now you're back to square one.
Wow. Well, I'm a pretty laid back guy. I'd be okay with that. I think we have insurance, but my wife would just flip out and stress out. She'd lose her mind. She would just trip. She'd be like, "What? Go away!" And I have to live with that. Remember that.
Yeah. So, Duane, so you'll be shipping them out by Monday, or hopefully by Monday is. So
what's going to happen is when they arrive, when they should already pass customs. When they arrive, and then they go from one truck to another to our shop, and then from there, everything gets packed up or unpacked and repacked accordingly, and then whoever's the dent killer package, who doesn't, and then they're sent out. So by Wednesday, Thursday, they should be sent out. So
that's awesome. So, and for our listening audience that doesn't know all that cool dent killer gear that you see us wearing, everyone wearing, that all comes from Duane and his wife as well over at
dentkiller.com. There you go. Or PDR.
Yes. So while we were sitting here talking to John, his house just got wasted with baseballs. So you might
really,
yeah. It's quite the show.
Well, I mean, one side, I'm sorry that happened to your actual home, but you can get some work out of it, right?
Yeah. Well, the town where I'm working at just got crushed for 15 minutes with baseball-sized hail.
Wow.
And so the good fixable cars are going to be going to need some power PDR boxes on a lot of them. And the company I'm working for has ordered 3 of them from you at MTE. So hopefully they'll be shipping out to Wyoming and South Dakota right away on Thursday.
Everybody, well, they will be. And everybody, my wife has followed up with everybody who's done their pre-orders and got it in to make sure that the address and everybody's going. If you didn't answer him, she's on top of 120 guys, waiting for boxes, And when all this happened, and, it's unfortunate, this whole COVID and shutting the whole world down has just been unfortunate. And, we're just one of them things that happened from that. So, but other than that, we have a new production run that's going to arrive the first week of July. So we got everything getting ahead of schedule. Anson and Dixon Warehouse, they have 30 coming in July apiece. They got 10 coming now. Next week, Anson gets 10. Dental Warehouse USA, they get another 10, and that's it. Then us, and I think I have under 10 left for me, just personally.
Yeah,
in our stock.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
Get on it. Don't wait. If you need them, as soon as they start hitting the shelves, guys. Anson already posted something up there. If you need one, get on there, call ahead, put on the deposit, call Duane, whoever, and just get one.
What's the price on this, Duane?
Yeah, what's the price on the?
Okay, so for the version 3, which is actually a lighter box than the whole version 2, version 1. Like, think about this: version 1, 24 pounds. Challenge my engineer. Boom. Number 2, get down to 15 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Getting there. Then we find a new producer. Long story, but we'll go into it. But a new producer, challenge. He comes back with this beautiful little black box at 7 pounds.
Wow. Really?
Touch screen. The coolest thing is the touch screen. When I played with it for 2 weeks, I was tripping out. Because you can dial in with every voltage, you can dial in a percentage of power per voltage.
Oh, wow.
So if you want to work at 1.5 at 100% or 2%, you can do that.
Okay.
Okay, so where do you dial it in when you're working on regular steel?
Okay, regular steel at the MTE, I was doing it 3.5 volts at 70%.
3.5 to 70. Okay.
In the shop, I was but wait. So a comparison is in the shop. Me working, because I don't know how to use them, adapt to it. I was using a 4.4 at 70%, and then I learned that guys that are just touching the power box for the first time doing a demo at MTE, they're moving it really slow and this and that. And I'm like, keep it moving, keep it, make your hashtags. John will touch to this and you will touch it also. But keep it moving. And so I had to dial it back to 3.5 at 70%. And then a couple guys even dialed down to like 2.5 at 100%. Because guys are just tripping out. So like Subaru metal, easily dialable in. Mercedes, any metal now, you can super dial it in.
Right. So. That's cool. I'm looking forward to checking out version 3. I'm very successful with version 2 and version 1. I they're great. They've saved me time and time again. So,
Well, Vince, send me your old ones as soon as you get the new one. Then, all right?
Yeah, I can do that. I think.
Yeah. See, I use my version 1 at 2.65 volts on steel and 3.3 on aluminum.
Yeah, I'm right there too. I usually start off at 2.7 on steel. I like working in percentages too, because on version 2, I usually work at like 30%. I think. Somewhere.
Really?
Yeah.
I only have version 1.
Yeah, 27 to 30%. So cool. All right, Duane. Any other good news for us? We're going to let you go.
Yeah.
That's it. We're working on a few more exciting products in the future, but of course, you got to test them, put them through the ropes, and see what happens with them. But version 3 is not going away anytime soon. There's not going to be a version 4. This is the pinnacle one. This is the one touchscreen.
Yeah,
dialed in. It's good stuff. It's going to happen, and we appreciate everybody who's ever ordered one. We appreciate you guys being a Power PDR fam. We love you guys. We support the industry, and we love the industry so much. And I hope everybody kills it this year in this tech year and makes all that money.
I know, right? We don't have Brazilians coming up.
Oh yeah, exactly. When they close Brazil, that's awesome. We don't need any Brazilian techs here. Take for granted there is a couple good ones.
Of course,
a really couple good Brazilian techs, but at the same time, we'll let them stay there in Brazil.
Yeah, we don't need tens of thousands of them this year. We need to rebuild our economy with U.S.
Yeah, if you're legal, techs. Come on, no worries.
Yeah, and COVID free.
Yeah, no COVID. Leave that COVID home.
Right. Well, brother Duane, I appreciate your time. We'll catch up with you later and go enjoy that meal that you were supposed to be having.
Yes, I'm on my way right now, but I just want to say one more thing to you guys. With everything that's going on, PDR techs live matter the most.
That's right.
That's right.
Cool. All right, you guys. You guys take care.
See you guys.
Appreciate it. Peace out.
Bye now. Duane's a funny character.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah.
7 pounds.
7 pounds, 6
Mine
ounces.
comes with backpack straps and a spare tire.
The first I have the very first Power PDR to ever hit U.S. soil at my shop, and it's a boat anchor.
It is.
people are trying to buy it off of me. I'm like, I can't sell it. This is going into the PDR museum. This is the first one ever in the States. And Duane is like, no, you can't sell that. He's like, you could keep it until I need it back. And I'm like, I'm not giving it back to you. It's going into the museum.
It's going into the museum.
So
remember when we went down to Ultra Dent Tools and we did that class and we were playing around with this thing. And we pulled out a chrome bumper when we were using it on a chrome bumper, and then we pulled out. I go, well, work on a motorcycle tank. And we pulled out a motorcycle tank, and we're using it on a motorcycle tank. We're going, whoa! And then we grabbed the secretary and we're like, hey, come over here. Can you take this dent out with this thing? And she did. And I don't know how old she was. She's late 50s. And she took out a dent. Didn't know what she was doing, but she took out a dent with this thing. We're like, we're in trouble.
Dude, that video I did with my son, when I first got it, the first thing I did is whipped it out and started playing with my tool.
Hey, what?
And then my son was there, and I'm like, get over here and do this. And I made a video out of it, and it got a gazillion hits. He used to use it for his advertisement. It's kind of funny. So on to our next call. You guys might know this guy as a technician from the Great White North. Not quite
He's
Canada.
a stand-up comedian, right?
He is kind of a stand-up comedian. I've done stand-up karaoke with him. He's pretty good at that.
This guy is the funniest guy and fun. And I told him, I go, you need to stop doing dance and just become a stand-up comedian.
Yeah. So not only is he a company man up there in Minnesota, he's a hail technician, and
he has tool line.
And exactly, he is a tool manufacturer.
Some great tools.
So yeah, we know him as the Dent Reaper or John Vidine, and we're gonna shoot him a call in. We'll let Hudson handle this one.
The Vidine or Vidine?
It's Vidine. Confirmed Vidine.
Vidine.
To bring your dingies.
No, we always like John.
Yeah.
He's always good.
He's always been a blast.
I literally just texted him.
Hello.
Johnny Vidine.
How y'all doing?
Good. You're live on PDR Tool Time, being recorded.
Oh, well, I will watch my mouth.
Yeah. How you doing, Johnny?
Super good. How y'all doing?
Good.
Uh-oh. Did you hear that, Hudson? He's only been in Houston for like a week or two, and he's already saying y'all.
I welcome it.
You're in Houston?
It's catchy. I am somewhere in Texas that rhymes with schmooston. I can't say exactly where.
Gotcha.
And the thing is he's in Houston, but he's still an hour away from me. Welcome to Houston.
I was only assuming he was in Houston. I apologize, John, if you were trying to keep that quiet.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, the thing is like you can say you're in Houston and it would it's so large. Right, John?
Yeah. Oh, I can't believe this place. I cannot believe how crazy it is around here.
Good barbecue. Have you had any good barbecue since you got here?
No, I haven't. You got to drive 3 hours to get any.
I'll say the part of Houston he's in isn't known for its barbecue. Let's just say that.
Really? I didn't know there was such a thing.
Oh yeah, he can get some great Asian food where he is though.
So Johnny, this is the first time you've hit the Hail Trail, huh?
Yeah, what's up with that?
Well,
you left your family.
Yeah.
And are you lonely already?
Oh yeah, I was lonely before I crossed the Minnesota state line.
Yeah. So now you're sitting in the corner, sucking your thumb and crying.
I mean, it's something like that. That's
yeah. So give us some of your thoughts. You're about a week and a half in of your first ever chasing of a hailstorm out of state.
Yeah, it's been interesting for sure. It's just been go. I mean, I've been 12 to 14 hours a day. I got here noon on Wednesday, and I mean, I was still wearing jeans, and they just pointed at me and said, "That car,
fix it.
So what are some
all
things?
Right, I unloaded and got going, and it's been nonstop ever since.
What are some things that have that surprised you, or that you just didn't expect, or like what's been new? Like what are some of the things that are just different that have happened during this for you?
Well, I guess just the speed at which, I mean, I wasn't expecting this many cars to be ready this quickly, and it's as fast as I can fix them. It seems like there's 2 more in the parking lot, and you know, we're waiting on some additional reserves, but yeah. Other than that, I mean, I've had hailstorms at my house. The best thing is I don't have to do all the back end paperwork and deal with the adjusters and all of that good stuff. So
you're just a pushing machine. You just show up and push.
Yeah, you know, and I do some writing and R&Is and help with this or that, but the minutia of dealing with insurance companies has not been.
Since this is a tool show, you showed up with everything you thought you needed.
All Reaper tools, just Reaper tools. He fixes everything with Reaper rods.
Right. That's it.
So
only Reaper.
Where you're like going, oh, I forgot this, or I forgot that, or look at that guy, he's using that tool. I wish I had that tool. Or is there any tool surprises that you wish you had, or
that you've already called Anson to order?
I have been on Anson's website. I need a bigger hatch hanger. I just have a hatch hanger big enough for a rod to slide through, and it's not big enough for my hail rod. So I need a bigger hatch hanger. Other than that,
are you looking at like a gutter hook or like something else?
I'm considering either the Riddler or the Endeavor hatch hanger.
Right.
So those are the 2 that are the top of my list.
Those are probably both equally good choices. You know, and kind of work differently too.
Yeah.
I'd almost have to flip a coin on the 2 of those.
Yeah.
Buy both. They're small. They're problem solved.
Yeah.
How easy that was?
That was super easy. I will say, John Renstrom's video with the one-handed Glexo rails, that works. And that I was like, there's no way. We were laughing. I put a glue tab in my slide hammer, glued it in there, put some Glexo on it, and hot dang, that works.
Are you using black Glexo, or are you using the hot weather gray stuff? Because Anson now carries the gray stuff that'll last a little bit longer in that hot, humid Houston weather.
Huh. No, I was not even aware of that.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'll have to look into that.
You need to listen to our show, damn it.
I thought you were one of our top listeners, John. I'm disappointed.
Man.
You've always been a good
on
listener.
Hail trail.
That's when you should be listening to us. Damn it. You need to catch up.
Yeah, I'm probably a couple episodes behind. It's been a weird year, guys. There's all kinds of weirdness in the world, and there's so much to try to
figure out,
cram in my head.
Yeah. You just left Minnesota, which was burned down, and then to the point where all the protests and everything started, and then you go to Houston, where it was his hometown. So so
that was crazy.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Like the day after I left, they burnt it down, and I was like, "What happened? What did?"
You weren't there to chill out the crowd.
No. Y'all think it was about George Floyd, but really is because everyone was just in mourning that John left the state.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Conspiracy theorists unite.
Let me ask you, John. What are how are you holding up with the pace and stuff against seasoned guys? Are they 2-1 on your pace, or are you holding your own? Are you able to the seasoned guys?
There's not a ton of seasoned guys out here. Most of these guys, the guys that have been here, are similar to me in that they have their own business in their own home state, and basically they were just, this guy's looking for team players, and he didn't want some of the things that the complaints that can come from and with.
Gotcha. So are you doing one or two cars a day? You doing 5 to 6 cars a day? You doing 10 to 12 cars a day? How many cars are you doing a day? Huh? Tell me.
What am I doing a day? I am on my 6th car.
Are you working right now?
Not quite one a day. Yeah, I'm still at the shop.
Okay,
I've been leaving 9:30 or 10 every night.
How many cars do you do a day, John?
It all depends on the damage, dude. You can't really judge it.
It depends on the storm. Right now, we're banging out 2 cars a day, but I'm done by, like today, we were done by 3. I had an hour and a half off this morning to talk about my dump truck with the guy to put exhaust on it.
But he has all gravy stuff right now.
Yeah, I'm doing seriously wussy cars, and we're making all the money that I want to make.
I'm just trying to see if there's a comparison that we can go off of,
Now, the most I've ever done in a single 24-hour period of time was 77.
Cars?
Yes, pickups.
Oh my goodness.
I think that the unique thing about doing a hailstorm is if you can shoulder up against a guy that is a seasoned guy, you're going to learn stuff. You're going to learn what their patterns are, what their little secret sauce is. And, for a guy like me and you, Vince, that have never done, a lot of hail. Well,
speak for yourself.
You did more than Mike. Okay. For a guy like me, I've only worked 2 hailstorms. But if I got to sit next to a guy that was seasoned, I'm going to learn something. I'm going to learn their pattern, how they go about. They finish every dent 100% before they move on, or they always have some little secret sauce, and that's valuable. I think.
Yep. But it is also storm dependent, Daniel.
Sure.
Because a car with 400 dents on a roof has to be repaired completely different than a car with 12 monster baseball shots on that roof.
Right.
So I just feel bad for John Viding that he doesn't get to work with me so he can learn how to be the best dent tech ever.
Ooh.
What if I offered you 200% on one car and you come and help?
I know who John is working for, and I go, hey dude, what do I got to pay you to get you to go away from there and come over here? Jokingly, because I like to mess with the guy he's working for is my competitor, but also I consider him a really good friend. But yeah. It wasn't up until this year that I was able to complete more than I think I'm able to do like 2 or 3 hail cars with decent damage on it in a day now. But like 3-4 years ago, I could maybe barely get one car done.
You don't like doing hail, so I wouldn't even want to be next to you.
Here's the deal. I don't like all the nonsense that comes with hail. I will do it if it comes to my front door. But I will not go out of my way to do it.
I don't like your attitude. I don't like
that. That's cool. My customers seem to like
I don't like working guys with bad attitudes,
All right. But we're also discussing apples and oranges. So, John, are you doing wholesale or retail or body shop?
It's body shop. Yep.
Okay. All right.
So the damage here is varying widely. I mean, we had to total one today that had probably 800 dents on it, tiny ones. And the last car I did was nothing but extreme damage. So,
yeah. Now, is somebody inspecting your work after you're done?
Well, the customer.
Right?
We're all looking at each other's cars. And, if you miss one.
I got a text message of some of your work from my friend, and he was like, "Man, is this passable?" I'm joking. That didn't happen. That didn't happen.
I'm ripping you.
I hope you lied and said yes. I mean, that's it will only serve you better. You know, you can save those photos for later.
Yeah, you should fix it halfway and start putting my my business card in there. I'm sorry to
tell you, but you're not getting any dent repair tools anytime soon.
So John, have you did you try that Glexo on those rails on those cars with those hundreds of dents? How did you like the difference that makes on a rail that's just rippled like that?
You know, I was using that trick. I used it on a Suburban quarter panel and the rail.
Oh yeah,
and that worked super slick. And I went down and snapped them all out, and then just went back and blended it out, and it was golden.
Isn't that crazy how much faster that goes? That video that I posted, most people don't realize that was a real-time 4-minute video. It's not an edited video. It was just a real-time 4-minute video. So
that's crazy.
Yeah.
And I did that left-handed, and I'm a right-handed person.
Well, it depends on what side of the car you're on, if you're going to use your left or your right hand.
Normally I would have done it the other direction, but I didn't want the camera videoing the back of my head when I was pulling those dents. So I decided I would just do it left-handed and see how it flowed. It looked like a very awkward masturbation technique. That's honestly what it looked like.
Yeah. Well, listen.
Well, now I'm gonna have to rewatch
it. Listen, hey, Mr. Go ahead.
We're gonna leave you on that note, John.
Yes, we're
perfect. Yeah, that's exactly how I wanted to go out. So
right.
I appreciate you guys having me on, and hope you all are having fun, and hopefully I'll see you soon, Hudson.
He's not even paying attention anymore.
I already invited you over for steak, but you know you're too busy making money.
Yeah, well, we'll carve out some time for Hudson.
You
for
better.
Sure.
Well, and if you're in Texas long enough, you might need to come up to my neck of the woods and stay with me for a day or two. Because
when are you officially going to be here?
I'll probably be there the last week of June. Definitely by the 4th of July, though. I want to spend 4th of July in Texas. See how you guys blow crap up down there.
Get your yeehaw going.
Yeehaw.
Started off on the right foot.
That's right. America. Blow shit up.
America. For sure.
All right, brother, man. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. And we'll catch back with you when you come out with a new tool as well, because I'm sure you got shit brewing behind the scenes that we don't know about. And you'll want us to get you on here and talk about your new stuff coming out too as well.
Well, sounds awesome. Thanks so much, guys.
Okay, brother. You be good.
All right. Thanks, Vince.
Bye.
Hey, man.
See ya.
I like John. John's a good dude.
God, he's so funny. You know, it's just if you get a chance to meet up with him at MTE, buy him a drink. You'll have a fun time.
Yeah. Well, cool.
I have a great video from the Vegas MTE with John where he was a Minnesota Twins fan and I was obviously an Astros fan.
Yeah.
And there was a chance that we were going to meet each other in the playoffs that year if Minnesota could actually, be a good team. They weren't, John. They sucked. Yeah. They never made it to play the Astros.
No.
And but we had a bet, and I have the video on my phone. Video of not in 2019, homie. 2019 they made it fair and square. Anyways, then they lost that year. But I have a great video of John on my phone where we made a bet, and he had probably drank a little bit too much, and I had not. And so it's a great video of him just like talking all this trash while drunk about the Astros. And it's great. Anyways,
that's awesome. Well, cool. All right, listen, guys, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you, everyone, for listening to episode 223 with your hosts, which we didn't announce in the beginning.
I did. Thank you very much.
Oh, you did. You went so fast. I didn't even hear it. Damn it. So you know who we are. You know how to get a hold of us. Let us know what you guys think about Vegas MTE. Are you going? Are you thinking about going? Are you on the fence? Hit us up. We'll start a little discussion going.
Maybe everybody's been pinned up and they're looking forward to just
the party.
Their hair down, and I mean, no better place to do that than Vegas.
I just don't know how we're going to pull off a PDR tool time playground with people touching a lot of tools and stuff like that. And
not happening. Not happening. I can tell you that much.
Who cares?
Yeah. I can tell you that much.
So
we'll see. There's going to be, the ramifications if somebody gets sick and we get blamed. Right. Essentially, That's all it boils down to.
Everybody gets sick at MTE anyway.
Yeah.
It's a given.
True.
Yeah, and it's very common for people to get, they call it convention flu. You know,
or convention cough.
Yeah, convention cough, convention flu. So, anyways, let's wrap this up. Daniel, what do you got to say, man?
Guys, level up your hail tools.
Don't do stupid stuff.
Embrace the crazy.
And keep it still. Thanks for listening.
Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with all the industry and tool-related news every week.
Visit AnsonPDR.com for the largest selection for just about all your PDR tools, where you'll find hog glue and hog tabs.
Don't forget to grab your Magnatech map, available at most PDR tool distributors. Thanks for listening.